Agenda.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are the Group 9, and our topic is International Business Environment. And I am the first reporter. I'm Evelyn Siracho. Next slide, please. The IBE, or International Business Environment, refers to the intricate economic, political, legal, and cultural network influencing how organizations engage in international business activities. It comprises external and internal factors that impact a company's success of, or failure in the various markets. An IBE refers to the surrounding in which international companies run their businesses. Therefore, people at the managerial level must work on the factors on the international business environment. The IBE is multidimensional as involves political risk, cultural differences, exchange risk, and legal and taxation issues, and it will be discussed later on. Next, please. The difference between business environment and international business. International business is an exchange of goods and services that operates across national borders between two or more countries. International business is also known as globalization, whereas business environment is the surroundings where global companies operate. Sabatable naman ni siya guys, mo-proceed na ko sa the primary elements in the international business environment are as follows. The first is economic stability. In economic stability, this involves analyzing factors such as GDP growth rates, inflation, currency exchange rates, and trade barriers. When selecting target nations for operation or investment, companies must consider how a country's economy may impact its cost structures and profitability. And the second is political stability. Political stability is another significant factor to consider when expanding abroad. Companies must be aware of uprisings, wars, and other forms of conflict that can disrupt business operations. Additionally, government policies regarding taxes, regulations, and labor laws must be considered. The third is geography. In the geography, it is crucial in logistics, market access, and staff recruitment. The accessibility of natural resources such as oil or minerals must also be considered based on the industry involved. And the last is technology. Technology is increasingly important in international business operations due to communication and digital infrastructure advancements. Businesses must understand how adopting new technologies might impact their competitive landscape or create new product or service opportunities. Next slide, please. And the next is the types of international business environment. The first is political environment in international business. The political environment refers to the type of government, the government's relationship with the business, and the political risk in the country. Doing business internationally therefore implies dealing with the different types of government, their relationship, and level of risk. There are many types of political systems. For example, multi-party democracies, one-party states, constitutional monarchies, and dictatorship. Therefore, in analyzing the political legal environment, an organization may broadly consider some aspects like legal restrictions, for instance, licensing requirements, reservation to a specific sector like the public sector, private or small scale sector, and also the restrictions on importing technical know-how, capital goods, and raw materials, and also the restricts on exporting products and services. And lastly is restriction on pricing and distribution of goods. And the next is economic environment in international business. The economic environment relates to all factors contributing to a country's attractiveness to foreign businesses. The economic climate can be different from one nation to another. Governments are often divided into three main categories: the more developed, the less developed, and the newly industrializing or emerging economies. Within each category, there are significant variations. Still, the more developed countries are the rich countries, the less developed are the poor ones, and the newly industrializing, those moving from poorer to richer. These distinctions are generally based on the gross domestic product per capita or the GDP. While analyzing the economic climate, the organizations intending to enter a particular business sector be considering to some aspects like an ecosystem to enter the business sector, a stage of economic growth, the pace of growth, incidence of taxes, both direct and indirect tax, availability of raw materials and components, and the cost thereof, availability of manpower, managerial, technical, and workers available under salary and the wage structures. And that's all for my topic. Thank you.
So, next na. So, good afternoon, everyone. By the way, I am Chair Angie Pontilio, the next reporter. Technological environment in international best. Di sini kanak. Sakto ba ya? International business. The technological environment comprises factors related to the materials and machines used in manufacturing goods and services. So, refers to external factors in technology that impact business operation. Changes in technology affect how a company will do business. Yang pwede mo baguhon ang kan mo negosyo. Yan depende kan mo sa lampakan mo mga strategy, unhon mo pagpalambo nan kan mo negosyo. So, cultural environment in international business. The cultural environment is one of the critical components of the international business environment and one of the most difficult to understand. Iyang mga produkto na iabot sa bisan hain na lugar, yang sa gawas nasod ba iyan badi da sabihan na lompat tabang yang kuan balitaw kan mo no pa ini mga produkto na bisan hain daya abot-abot sa bisan hain na lugar abot sa lain nasod yan so sira ni sab makakuan yung pabadida balito na kuan tabang makakuan sira sa kanang mga produkto sa mayan competitive environment. The competitive environment also change from country to country. So sa negosyo di sa gayud mawara iyang arigid kan mo kompetensya. For example, parehas ka sa una, ga okay ako, duhahay pa lang kami lampa live selling on through online. Kuan kami ano pa yan. Duhahay lang kami live selling, yung mga okay mo sa negosyo ko itong COVID. So hamok da din kuan lampa sundog hamok da din kami live selling tapos yang di sagad lampa malikayan gining ari mga kompetensya, mga suya-suya yan. So, ighamok na kami nga di sa marihatag na live selling ng okay. Amo ito na, ari, bisan pa ubusan mo ang presyo mo, siran isab magkuan, yan. Next. So, no, challenges in the international business environment, varying trade regulation, and internal trade regulation and policies differ from country to country, making it difficult for companies to comply with them universally. So, lailahing policy ng mga patakaran sa kuan, ano pa ini nga to sa gawas nasod. Ang mga nga to yang sunod lang siran sa mga batas o policies labi na sa kanilang mga kumpanya. Yan. Competitive markets, international markets tend to be highly competitive due to variation in economic environments, political stability, and cultural preferences across different countries. So, ari magka-kompetensya na duha ka market labi na ari bag-o na product ang isa isi siran kompetensya hay kung kuan ba isig kompetensya siran laom pa mabuay siranan kuan presyo isa ano pa ini ang isa is kuan kibala mo ini fixed price naan ang isa kuanan sa dan ubusan kay para ang kanaan kuan mahalin ano pa ini amo ra gyapon sa kuan competitive environment ining competitive market para sa tarang mamalit maglibog sa hain kuan ay ngadto kita sa barato iyan bisan same product da magkuan sa ngadto kang kuan kay kuan lamang ano pa ini makasave kita ng 2 pesos ingana 5 yan language barriers can pose significant obstacles when conducting international business, notably if a company needs more personnel knowledge about different cultures and languages. So, sa language barriers, so ang kumpanya, yung inahanglan sab sira ng hamok na mga utaw, na hamok isab lampa, kasaydan, kaalaman na mga ano pa ni iba't ibang kultura ng wika. Cost fluctuations and international business may face higher production or transportation costs due to exchange rate fluctuations or tax imposed by foreign countries on imported goods. So, for example, iyang pagtaas ng mga materyales sa gusali. Yan. Pagpalit mo sini na buwan is fixed price da iniyaan. So, sunod buwan lahi da sab amo ko diyan sa kuan by doon yung kataasan presyo parehas kani sa ugas may na lampa by doon pagpalit mo ini na presyo amo pa ini nakuan sunod adlaw labo ni na ini pagpalit ko sinabuan amo pa ini ang presyo naan sunod buwan lahi da isab so di na to makuanan ano pa ini kuan gayud basta cost ano ini fluctuations ang may ang pasabot sa kuan so handed to intellectual so intellectual property protection kanang bawal bawal mag-copy ka sa mga gisulat sa uban labi na if nabook na or na-publish bawal if plagiarism dapat if gamiton mo ang ila idea dapat i-state ang name sa nagsulat so, amo yan sa intellectual property protection next economies of skills so economies of skills kanang mulambo ang ekonomiya kay naaman connection sa lain na nasod sa pagtransport, pagbaligya ng goods and services. Amo yan ang economic of skill, iyang paglambo ng ekonomiya kay kuan. Ang sa connection sa lain nasod na sa pagtransport sa kuan, pagbaligya ng goods and services. Amen sa economic of skills, competitive advantage. So, kanang tungod malis ang price sa mga baligya kay may mga competition man so di ba kuan if magmahal sila ng baligya dili sila mahalinan yan yung kuan balita yung magmahal ka ng baligya so di ko sagad mahalinan ang iban is kuan agaw barato maruling-ruling niran kuan ano pa dali daan kaniran kuan baka maruling niran ang kaniran kita ang iban mahali ang kanang baligya di pagad mahalin di gid rolling so risk reduction knowledge about the international business environment helps organizations mitigate risk associated with foreign exchange rate fluctuations political instability and more so ang risk reduction makales sa risk if may ato knowledge sa international trend innovation and flexibility understanding the international business environment enables organizations to become more innovative and flexible in their operations staying ahead of the competition innovative and flexibility yung makaproduce kita ng new product na muklik sa market. Yan. Cultural diversity. Cultural diversity can be leveraged to create unique products and services that capture more significant market. So, cultural diversity same sa ato Pinas. Lahi ato culture sa uban nasod. Pero amoy naka-attract sa uban nasod na ila kita dayuhon sama sa ato mga product na made in Philippines. Yan. Amoy yan ang sa kuan cultural diversity. That's all. Sabtan mayo guys. Hello guys.
Oo.
Amo daig to na ko report. Thank you.
So, good afternoon everyone. I am Guardian Siragadas, the last reporter. Chakat.
Mabati ako, guys. So, good afternoon, everyone. Mabate. Uy, tingog na kamo.
Oo.
Oo.
Oo,
Sakit
kaya
ka.
kami mabungol. Char.
Dayaw. Yan ba? Sige na. So, good afternoon, everyone. And we are the Group 10. And our report, the topic is Advances of International Trade and Marketing. Next, palihog. Next, palihog, ano, her. The international trade system refers, balik. The international trade system refers to the network of laws, regulations, and agreements that govern the exchange of goods and services between countries. So international trades allows the countries to expand their markets and access goods and services that otherwise may not have been available domestically. As a result of international trade, the market is more competitive. This ultimately results in more competitive pricing and brings a cheaper product to the consumer. So next please. So there are the five fundamental reasons for international trade. First is differences in technology. Differences technology advantageous trade can occur between countries if the countries differ in their technological abilities to produce goods and services. Technology refers to the techniques used to turn resources, labor, capital, land into outputs, goods and services. So the second is differences in resources. Advantageous trade can occur between countries if the countries differ in the in endowments of resources. Resources endowment refers to the skills and abilities of a country's workforce. The natural resources available within its borders, mineral, farmland, and etc. The The sophistication of its capital stock is machinery, infrastructure, communication system. So the third is differences in demand. So advantageous trade can occur between countries if demands or preferences differ between countries. Individual in different countries may have different preferences or demand for various products. And the fourth is economies of skills. The existence of economies of skill is the production, if sufficient, to generate advantageous trade between two countries. Economies of skills refer to the production process in which production costs fall as scale of production rises. This feature of production is also known increasing return to scale. Then the fifth is government policies. Government policies is program alter the prices charged from goods and services. These changes can be sufficient to generate advantages in production of certain products. In these circumstances, advantageous trade may arise solely due to the differences in government policies across the countries. Next, please. International trade system example. Example of international trade system is include the World Trade Organization or WTO, the North American Free Trade Agreement or NAFTA, the Association of Southeast Asia Nation or ASEAN, and the European Union. That's all.
Excuse me na. Di ba ako yan to?
Sige, explain. Imo sa bayan.
Tagdaduha di bitaw kita.
Okay, go.
Ibalik na anak ko. Sa kuan. Ibak. Yan. So, international trade system example. So, example of international trade system include the World Trade Organization or the WTO, the North American Free Trade Agreement or NAFTA, the Association of Southeast Asian Nation or ASEAN, and the European Union. So, some of these systems are not only trade system. The European Union and the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, for example, are regional, political, and economic organizations that go beyond just trade. So this organization also aim to promote cooperation and integration among member countries in various areas, including foreign policy, security, and culture exchange and trade. So, an example of international trade system in action is the North American Free Trade Agreement or NAFTA. NAFTA is a trade agreement between the United States, Canada, and Mexico designed to promote free trade between the three countries under NAFTA. Tariffs and other trade barriers were gradually eliminated, making it easier for companies to do business across borders. Next na Ay, balik pa ba ya? So the European Union create closer economic ties among member countries, fostering seamless trade. So next na. So international trade system and globalization are dynamic forces shaping the modern world while fostering economic growth and cultural exchange. They also present challenges that require thoughtful solution. The ongoing evolution of the global economy necessitates adaptability and collaboration among nations to ensure the benefits of globalization are inclusive and sustainable. So, the due to globalization, communication and transportation among countries have increased, making products in one country more available in foreign markets. As companies find more opportunities abroad, they start producing more goods and services, primarily through outsourcing and investing in developing countries. This process stimulates international trade and global economic growth. Next na. Di na ko yan. That's all for my report. Amo na nga nada ko taman. Tan ko anyang kanim gisirat yun. Uy, Mary Grace. Mary Grace.
Saman.
si Kuan MJ.
Ano?
Ato si MJ. Sarap.
Oo. Kita magud tulo.
Maong niya, dili ko na siya. Ora ko na si Sato report. Bala siya.
Natiwaray iya. Sa ato magud siya. Kita magud tulo.
Amo dayad to guys. Thank you. Ara Jean. Pag-share screen na daw. Usay ay. Sino ba yun? Anafer. Oman. Basin ko na pwede ka maka-share screen sa group 11.
May group 11 pa ba ya?
Naaw ka.
Kulong ko. So di pa ni last?
Na sila Ara ang group 11. Mira sulod tahonera.
Last na yan?
Opo.
San PPT?
PPT daw. Isin na daw.
Yaon nga di si Kuan si Rapyon.
Nasa ilo ba gan?
Ha?
Wala si Serapio. Nambot asa gibutang siyang mama. Muto nga raman na pa weather report. Huy, char.
Pwede na mo out?
May last group pa ko ngayon sa move out.
Next na.
Tahonera ko. Balik na.
Oray lagi ila solving.
Kadawat ka Val.
So, good afternoon everyone. My name is
Sabi raman ta 11 at
Tanawa gani ni si Rapyon niya wa gayo do.
Ay, inin si Santiago. Sagip pa takan.
Hala na, magsugod na. Tahonera go.
next na. So, good afternoon everyone. My name is Julina Tahonera and I am first reporter. So, my topic is about cultural issue in international firms. So, cultural issue in international firms refer to challenge and conflict that arise due to differences in culture practice, values, norms, and beliefs among employees, customers, and stakeholders in diverse cultural settings. So, this issue can have a significant impact on the overall function and success of an international firm. Some common cultural issues in international firms include. So, upang matugunan ang mga isyung pangkultura na ito, ang mga internasyonal na kumpanya ay dapat mamuhunan sa cultural intelligence training, promote open and inclusive communication. So, which is pagyamanin ng isang multicultural na kapaligiran sa trabaho at bumuo ng mga estratehiya upang umangkop sa mga lokal na konteksto ng kultura. So, opening case on Euro Disney, wine of the parks, and peak days, late of a stay, lunch and break, work policy, especially lunch and hours. So, next. Next. So, why culture is important?
So, ang kultura ay nagbibigay sa mga individual ng isang pakiramdam ng pagkakakilanlan at pag-aari. Hinuhubog nito ang ating mga pagpapahalaga, paniniwala at pag-uugali at tinutulungan tayong maunawaan kung sino tayo at saan tayo nanggaling. Ito ay nag-uugnay sa atin, sa ating mga ninuno at nagbibigay sa ating pakiramdam ng pagpapatuloy at pamana. So, culture is important because it shapes our identity, facilitates communication, and understanding. Nagtataguyod ng pagkakaisa sa lipunan, gumagabay sa ating mga pagpapahalaga at etika. Nagpapaunlad ng mga pagkamalikhain at pagbabago at may kahalagahan sa ekonomiya. Ang pagyakap at pagpapahalaga sa iba't ibang kultura ay maaaring humantong sa isang mas inklusibo at maayos na lipunan. So, next, United Airline in Asia, US-Japan differences, and US at Japan ay may natatanging pagkakaiba sa kultura dahil sa kanilang natatanging mga kasaysayan, tradisyon at kaugalian ng lipunan. So, other culture differences. We can also identify cultural differences in eating and drinking habits, religious beliefs, moral beliefs, rituals, or etc. A house should be dusted and polished 3 times a week. Everyone should use deodorant. There is too much emphasis on sex nowadays. I attend church regularly. So next, cultural issue on international. And never next na. Thank you. Cultural issue on international marketing. Ang mga issue sa kultura ay may mahalagang papel sa international na marketing. Ang pag-unawa at pagtugon sa mga isyung ito ay mahalaga para magtagumpay ang mga negosyo sa mga dayuhang merkado. So, narito ang ilang pangunahing issue sa kultura na dapat isaalang-alang. For example, wika. Ang wika ay maaaring hadlangan ng mga hadlang sa wika ang epektibong pakikipag-ugnay at mga pagsisikap sa marketing. Ang tumpak na pagsasalin ng mga materialist sa marketing ay mahalaga upang maihatid ang nilalayon na mensahe at maiwasan ang mga hindi pagkakaunawaan sa kultura. So, mga kaugalian at tradisyon. Ang iba't ibang kultura ay may natatanging kaugalian at tradisyon na nakaka-impluwensya sa pag-uugali ng mamimili. Mahalagang maunawaan ang mga kultura na nuance na ito upang maiangkop ang mga diskarte sa marketing ng naaayon. Halimbawa, ang ilang mga kulay, simbolo o kilos ay maaring may iba't ibang kahulugan sa iba't ibang kultura. So, ASIS, income distribution and affordability, physical ASIS, trade barriers, distribution and infrastructure, buying decision, perception, country of origin, brand equity, price of quality, consumption characteristic, product disposal. So next, what is culture? So culture is learn, share, compelling, interrelate set of symbols whose meaning provide a set of orientation for members of a society. So ang kultura ay tumutukoy sa ibinahaging paniniwala, pagpapahalaga, kaugalian, pag-uugali, at artifact na nagpapakilala sa isang particular na grupo o lipunan. Sinasaklaw nito ang paraan ng pamumuhay, tradisyon, wika, sining, musika, penitikan, relihiyon, mga pamantayan sa lipunan, at mga gawi na ipinasa mula sa henerasyon hanggang sa henerasyon. Ang kultura ang humuhubog sa ating pagkakakilanlan, nakaka-impluwensyahan sa ating mga pananaw at gumagabay sa ating pagkikipag-ugnayan sa iba. Nag-iiba ito sa iba't ibang rehiyon at komunidad at gumaganap na mahalagang papel sa paghubog ng individual at kolektibong pagkakakilanlan. So that's all. Thank you.
So good afternoon everyone. I am Arjun Biselbosa, the second reporter. And my topic is all about the determinants of culture. So there are 6 determinants of culture. First is religion. Religion plays a significant role in shaping culture. It influences various aspects of culture, including values, beliefs, norms, and practices. Second is education. Education is a complex and multi-faced phenomenon, and its impact on culture is far-reaching. Third is political philosophy. Political philosophy is a dynamic and evolving field constantly adapting to changing social, economic, and technological conditions. As new ideas emerge and political landscape shift, the influence of political philosophy on cultures continues to shape the way societies are governed and the relationship between individuals and the states. Fourth is economic philosophy. Economic philosophy is a dynamic and evolving field constantly adapting to changing technological, social, and environmental conditions. As new ideas emerge and economic landscape shift, the influence of economic philosophy on cultures continues to shape the way society organize their economic activities and distribute their resources. Fifth is social culture. Social culture is a complex and multi-faced phenomenon, and it is shaped by a variety of factors including history, geography, religion, and economics. However, it is clear that social culture plays a significant role in shaping the way we live, work, and interact with others. Last is language. Language plays a vital role in shaping and reflecting culture. It is a powerful tool for transmitting knowledge, forming identities, reinforcing values, and influencing practices. By understanding the intricate relationship between language and culture, we gain a deeper understanding of human societies and their unique ways of thinking, interacting, and understanding the world around them. Next slide, please. So, values. Values are the bedrock of a culture. It includes the society's attitude towards individual freedom, democracy, truth, honesty, role of women, love, sex and marriage, weather, death, and time. Next, please. So, norms. Norms are the fundamental concept in sociology and social psychology. They are defined as shared standards of acceptable behaviors. So, folkways. Folkways are the unwritten rules or customs of a society or group that are considered to be proper of or acceptable. So, example of these are time for a date at 8 p.m. and time for dinner at 8 p.m. Another example of folkways is saying please and thank you and eating with utensils. So, more serious crimes. Example of mores are theft and adultery. Most countries have laws against breaking mores, drinking in Saudi Arabia, and drugs in Singapore. So next please. Social stratification. Social stratification is the division of a society into hierarchical group based of socioeconomic factors such as wealth, income, occupation, education, social status, or power. Example of social mobility refers to the extent by which individuals can move out of the stratum into where they are born. A caste system or a closed system of stratification. In a closed stratification system, individuals are born into their social position and have very little opportunity to move up or down the social ladder. This type of system is often characterized by rigid rules and limited social mobility. Examples of this is mobility is limited to your birth and occupation decided at birth. Next is class system. Upper middle, or lower. Mobility still depends on the country. If low ang mobility sa UK, low mobility in the UK, higher siya sa it sa higher siya sa Italy and US. Implication for relationship between management and labor, implication for extended nuclear families and reference groups. So that's all from my part. Thank you.
So good afternoon everyone. I'm the last reporter. My name is Ipon Marisol and Marisol and all about language. So language is essential for human interaction and cooperation. It allows us to form relationships, build communities, and create societies. It is also a powerful tool for learning and education, and it allows to share knowledge and information with others. So there are three local language can be quiet. So there are three local language can be quiet vertical. First is hotel sign in World Hotel. Second, Chinese brand names. Third is Electrolux and unspoken language. So ang unspoken language is amo ni siya ang nonverbal communication. And it is a powerful form of communication that convey emotions, attitudes, and intention without the use of words. So there are two examples of unspoken language. First is thumb and fingers. Second is talking distance. Next po, material life. Material life refers to physical and tangible aspect of human existence, encompassing our basic needs, possessions, and comforts. It encompasses the pursuit of material wealth and luxury. So these are the example. Infrastructure and technology and large versus small. So education. Education is the process of acquiring and applying knowledge, skills, and values. It is a fundamental human right and a powerful tool for social progress and economic development. So there are five, for example, of education. Public versus private. Second is scientist and engineer. Third is math and science versus well-rounded. Fourth is high school and higher education. Next po. So cross-cultural comparison. High context cultures are those in which communication is implicit and direct and relies heavily on nonverbal cues such as facial expression, body language, and tone voice. In this culture, ang mga tao is expected to understand some meaning of messages based on the context na gi-deliver nila sa tao na ilagay talk. And low context culture are those communication is direct and relies less on nonverbal cues. In these cultures, people are expected to be more explicit in their communication and to spell and the meaning of their messages. Alright, thank you. Ana, for tapos na.